Nishig nishig machelandach sitash akasya.
That was my fellow instructor and friend, Bill Birdsong Miller, right there starting us off. And also want you to see Beth Nielsen Chapman back here, my fellow instructor. My name is Daryl Scott. I've had the privilege to be the artistic director for this gathering. For the last 8 days that we have had, and this very evening that you are about to see and hear. And happy Earth Day, everybody. Yes. So we're going to get underway with our first, if I call them students, please allow me to do that. But these folks are just great. This is our first time to do this. The program and the process and these 8 days and everything, and you brought it here. The GPAC did that right here, okay? So you're seeing something that you helped to create. First up is a student from who's going to Berklee School of Music up in Boston area. And speaking of Earth Day, he's got a song here. You remember that train wreck in Ohio a few weeks ago? Well, he's got a song about that. And it's called Rancid River, and make welcome Sam Stage.
It's funny how the stories wander when they leave the town. Give the truth a compass and it still gets turned around. Every tale starts somewhere. Ours begins with little terracotta cottages with a river down the middle. Growing up, my mother told me, don't you cross the tracks. The boys who go out there are the boys who don't come back. Roar of the engine, wail of the wheels. I always wondered what was inside all that steel. Some things should never be revealed. There's a rancid river running through this town, and the water runs black when the sun burns down. Try to hide the truth behind your lying tongue, but you'll be dancing in the rancid water when the morning comes. Nothing's been the same since that black train crashed. Flavor in the air with a hint of ash. Words that should be singing don't dare to make a sound. Things that once grew green have all turned to brown. And those funny little men like you, men who go around in their funny little suits. Wrap it with a ribbon, wrap it with a bow. You're telling me that we aren't safe here anymore, as if I don't already know. There's a rancid river running through this town, and the water runs black when the sun burns down. Try to hide the truth behind your lying tongue, but you'll be dancing in the rancid water when the morning comes. And everything that happens far away, till it's your backyard and there's nobody left to save the day. First you take a river in a place you'll never go, but my friend, you will take your own tomorrow. There's a rancid river running through this town, and the water runs black when the sun burns down. Try to hide the truth behind your lying tongue, you'll be dancing in the rancid water when the morning comes. You'll be dancing in the rancid water when the morning comes. You'll be dancing in the rancid water.
Oh, we're just getting started. So, again, I want to underline, 80% of these songs came out this week, okay? And 100% of these songs were worked on this week. So even if students had a song going, it got reworked here. But 80% were absolutely not here when they started, okay? And then what you're about to hear in all of this is the ensembles that were created within this group these 8 days. So next we have a student of the University of North Georgia. That's a little town called Dahlonega, Georgia. Oddly enough, we have 3 students from Dahlonega, Georgia. 2 in the university there and 1 from the high school. And first up is Lily Hammond, and let me tell you about this song. that showed up for her this week. There was a point where she was worried that she didn't have a new song. And that went away about 3 nights ago. Maybe it was 2. She came in the next morning and showed us what happened at 1 a.m. the night before. And this is what she had. And in the song, you'll hear the process that she was going through this week, even as a writer, as someone like, hey, what am I going to write about? What am I going to sing here? The song is called Be at Peace, Lily Hammond.
What could I say to help you believe your presence is cherished, my dear? You are lovely. And why are you worried about what they think? You bind yourself with rules, but I wouldn't change a thing. 'Cause life, it comes and goes in waves, and time leaves prints we can't erase, and minds become a broken space, and lies give way to truthless shame. But when I think of all you are, it brings me to my knees. I know it's hard to feel this small, but you're here for a reason. So hold your head up higher, love, and allow yourself to breathe. I'm right here, so be at peace. I've seen your worst, and I'm willing to face it. Do you know your worth? Do you believe in grace? And I've seen your best, an open heart to beauty, a flower rooted in the ground and radiantly blooming. But life, it comes and goes in waves, and time leaves prints we can't erase, and our minds become a broken space, and lies give way to truthless shame. But when I think of all you are, it brings me to my knees. I know it's hard to feel this small, but you're here for a reason. So hold your head up higher, love, and allow yourself to breathe. I'm right here, and I can't stand to listen to you regret your own existence. 'Cause love, you could be living, but you're trapped in your resistance. And I don't want to hear that you don't have any lyrics, 'cause you have a lot to give, so share your soul and share your spirit. 'Cause when I think of all you are, it brings me to my knees. I know it's hard to feel this small, but you're here for a reason. So hold your head up higher, love, and allow yourself to breathe. I'm right here. I'm right here. So be at peace.
The diversity of music you're going to hear is it's just a reflection of the diversity of the people, as it should be. We're not all trying to write the same song or sing the same notes or have the same style. Our best shot is to be ourselves through our songs, and that's what we stressed this week. And there's an example of it. And right now is an example of a student going to MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University, and she's in her last year there studying commercial songwriting, and she's been a joy this week. I had her songwriting teacher send me an email somewhere in the process, the application, and I know Odie, her teacher, and he said, "This is my shining student." He did say that.
You never told me that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saved it for now, you see. She's going to do a song for you, and it changed this week as well, like second verse and bridge. Here's the title. Well, I'll give you the full thing, but it's called Dead to Me. But the full title is He Ain't Dead Yet, He's Just Dead to Me. Hadley Coyle.
I have to give credit to my songwriting partner back at MTSU. She's super, super talented. So, Becca, when you eventually see this, I'm sure my parents are recording. Thank you for helping me create such an awesome song. So.
1, 2, 3.
When I try to see the silver lining in my situation, I feel he's slowly dying. Hear it in my intonation. When I speak of him, I think of her. It makes it easy on me. She took him off my hands and put him 6 feet deep. He ain't dead, just dead to me. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, he can rest in peace. When he closed his eyes, she held him tight. Now in my loving memory, he's dead as night. Should have seen it from the start, he's bound to leave. No, he ain't dead yet, just dead to me. Couldn't have been better timing. Let me tell you why. That spirit that's inside me, he wanted it to die. For that grave that he was digging, it surely wasn't mine. He could go to hell right now and I would be just fine. He ain't dead, just dead to me. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, he can rest in peace. When he closed his eyes, she held him tight. Now in my loving memory, he's dead as night. Should have seen it from the start, he's bound to leave. No, he ain't dead yet, just dead to me. Didn't dress for the occasion, but a little hesitation. I get close enough just to read the signs. Here lies the one who once was mine. Should have seen it from the start, he's bound to leave. He ain't dead, just dead to me. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, he can rest in peace. When he closed his eyes, she held him tight. Now in my loving memory, he's dead as night. Should have seen it from the start, he's bound to leave. No, he ain't dead. To me.
Yes. So one of the subjects kind of talked about a lot this week was talking about finding our writer's voice. Our first day, which was, a week ago tonight, we had Sean Colvin and Mark Cohn come into our class, our homeroom, and that was our subject as well. I asked them, one of the first things I asked to Sean and Mark was, how did you find your writer's voice? Because in my world, I've been chasing it. I'd started writing when I was 12 and wrote my first song that had my writer's voice from top to bottom that I could recognize. And that's part of what a writer's voice is the writer recognizes it. And so we talked about that this week for sure in our gatherings. And this was my first song to find from top to bottom, not just little bits and pieces here and there over the years, but in an entire song. And it's this one called Uncle Lloyd. He was not my father's brother, but he wished that he could be. He told us kids to call him Uncle, and we would be his family. He had a wife and kids in Fresno. The youngest one was 24. Dad had brought him into our house. They didn't want him anymore. He helped us work the family business, building fences in the sun, and worked just like a man of 20 till the working day was done. He and Dad would spend their evenings sitting in launches in the yard, where they'd drink a toast to Seagrams. Seagrams never went down hard. Won't you wake up, Uncle Lloyd? Got a lot of work today. We'll get down to make the coffee, load that truck and be on your way. Friday night you can drive to Vegas. Maybe this time you will win. Buy a trailer by the river and you won't have to work again. He was sleeping in the workroom with a mattress on the floor, when one night I heard him crying as I passed outside his door. He cried, "Rita, girl, I love you. Rita, darling, please don't go. I've tried hard to make you happy. I've done everything I know." Then I heard the bottle open, the tipping up and the putting down. Heard the rustling of the covers, and then he did not make a sound. I thought of 30 years of Rita standing sternly by his side. All the years of hanging in there and all the emptiness inside. And I thought of how their children have children of their own, and how a man at 57 winds up living so alone. Oh, won't you wake up, Uncle Lloyd? Got a lot of work today. We'll get Don to make the coffee. You go load that truck and be on your way. Friday night you can drive to Vegas. Maybe this time you will win. Buy a trailer by the river and you won't have to work again. never work again. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're going to hear from the other instructors, Beth and Bill, throughout the show as well. But next up, this student is from Temple University, that's in Philadelphia, and she's got a double major going on there, neuroscience and music. Yeah. She brought the music to us this week. And with her song, she had a prompt, and that was just an idea that we gave the students. Sometimes we do that so they go write something. Here's a prompt, you know. We gave a few ideas, and this was one to write a song about your grandmother or including grandmother, wherever it went. And she took it and did what you're about to hear with that prompt. She made it into a song. It was no longer a prompt. And she calls her grandmother Nenny. So this is Nenny's song, and this is Daphne Wong.
Scratch-off ticket weekly from the convenience store down by the Family Dollar. They put in a Starbucks, but she likes $1 coffee, hoping one day they slip a miracle across the counter. And her altar is an armchair with HGTV, where stainless steel can make anything new. And she isn't afraid to tell me what she thinks looks tacky, but she gets afraid sometimes, doesn't leave the house for a week or two. She tells me on the phone I don't have hobbies, I just love you babies and I watch my shows. So promise me you're careful down in Philly. I think of you with the evening news and with my eyes closed. I take her to the grocery stores on Tuesdays, 'cause she doesn't like the crowds and I don't mind the drive. We wander the aisles just comparing unit prices. She taught me how to swim in love and bargain hunt and survive. We're thumbing through the albums with their tea stains. She says I was the life of the party, cactus tree wild. The chemo took my good hair and my hearing, but you sing good enough for both of us. Play me something I haven't heard in a while. And she's self-conscious in public, like she's in the way. And she's real nervous about what the kids in school are learning today. And she seems girlish to me, it's the look that's on her face. 'Cause what's what's more girlish than wondering if you take up too much space? She gets afraid sometimes.
What's more girlish than wondering if you take up too much space, right? Hello, Brooke.
Hello.
So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 students from the Memphis area. And Brooke is one of those. Where do you go to school, Brooke?
Hutchison.
Hutchison, okay. And she's just going to play that ukulele right there, the baritone ukulele, because she don't need nothing else, okay? She started this song, she's had this song a while, but she went through it and added a bridge, I do believe, maybe this week, and you're going to enjoy this. It's called You Always Come Back, and this is Brooke Fair.
You talk to Alice, I'm no actress. You just don't look me in the eye. No, I'm disastrous. She's got status, that's what makes it so divine. Suddenly I'm lying in your room, something real's about to go down soon. Being second best isn't so bad when you come to your senses, 'cause you always come back. 'Cause I have what they lack, and it gets me excited. You could just leave me behind you, but if that's true, baby, why do you always come back? You talk to Lucy, you won't fool me. I'm betting on how long till you call. What seems like cruelty seems to suit me. I don't care if it's bizarre. I know you won't kiss me when we're at the bar. Used to hurt me, thought you'd leave me scarred. Should be scary that it don't feel bad, but screw the consequences, 'cause you always come back. 'Cause I have what they lack, and it gets me excited. You could just leave me behind you, but if that's true, baby, why do you always come back? Every fling lasts a week now, 'cause you run back to me now. I don't mind, it feels just like a free fall. I don't need to be seen out with your hand on my knee now. I don't mind, it's easy to believe how you always come back. 'Cause I have what they lack, and it gets me excited. You could just leave me behind you, but if that's true, baby, why do you always come back?
always come back. You always come back.
Yes, we're Memphis strong here. Yeah, baby. Well, actually, we're going to G-Town for the next student. And Sophia has been just a shining light all week long. Just creativity just bouncing and exuding. And this song came along this week as well. Like from nothing, no song, to this song. She had other songs, but this is what came out this week. And this is Sophia Overstreet.
There we go. Okay.
I unleash my heart again, sent her to go tearing through the woods, and she came right back to my friends, curled up gently where the talk was good. Now I'm tearing up, I want to say it's just 'cause I'm a kid. But I'll call it like it is. Love is hard to find and I'm hard not to miss. The cruelest gift is time, and I am sitting here beside you, thinking about when you'll go away. Call it like it is, only love can stay. Quickly I became my love, stretching outward like a summer day, slipped into it like a glove. Take it now, you'll tear my hand away. Now I try to speak, I want to shout and bullshit promises. But I'll call it like it is. Love is hard to find and I'm hard not to miss. The cruelest gift is time, and I am sitting here beside you, thinking about when you'll go away. Call it like it is, only love can stay.
Yes, Sophia. And that was Jack Sullivan joining. And Jack will be doing a tune of his own here in a little bit. Right now we're going to get, and I was just telling the folks over in our homeroom over there, we've been over there all week long. Except when we would go into Memphis to like Sun Studio to visit and to cross town. And, but mostly we've been right over there and sometimes over here. And sometimes one day they fixed it up to where they would bring baby goats out into the grove over there, pinned up, and then, so we got to go hang with baby goats for about an hour, which was great, fantastic. For the next player, singer, writer, if we had an MVP award, this guy would get it. Woo! Am I right? He would. He absolutely would. It's his attitude. You know, it's his curiosity. Yes, it's his playing. But he's also a team player, and he was kind of the bassist, and he's also the bass player. But he was our foundation for a lot of the house band music here, meaning where players would support, you know, another singer with bass and banjo or fiddle or guitar, or this, that, and the other. And then he was also that kind of way to the teacher people, us older folks, you know. So he was just all of that. And then asking Edgar Meyer questions yesterday, because we had a master class with Edgar and Bela. They were sitting right there, and we were sitting right there. And so he's the MVP for sure, and he's studying classical music, even jazz. He's into bluegrass and old time, and he's also from that little town I was telling you about, Dahlonega, Georgia, from the University of North Georgia there. And he's going to do a tune of his own with words that came out to him this week with the help of Bill Birdsong Miller. And would you make welcome our MVP, Zane Cook.
Thank you, Daryl.
New morning dawns on a pasture in the trees, in the trees, in the trees. The sunlight bends its beams through the leaves, bends its beams through the leaves. A deer and fawn stir up among the morning dew, fresh and blue. A red-tailed hawk calls out a call or two. Call her two, call her two, call her two. I'm going back to Georgia, going to see my home. Going back to Georgia, the place that I call home. Going back to Georgia, going to see my home. Going back to Georgia, the place that I love most. Cicadas chirp and swell in the deep, in the deep, in the heat. When the lines and streams beckon me, beckon me, beckon you, beckon me. I'm going back to Georgia, going to see my home. Going back to Georgia, the place that I call home. Going back to Georgia, going to see my home. Going back to Georgia, the place that I love most. The night brings sun from the sun and the sweat. From the sweat you can bet the barn doors close and I think we'll dance a few. Dance a few. Me and you dance a few. I long to be in Georgia. I long to see my home. Long to be in Georgia. But I'm stuck here in this hell. I long to be in Georgia. Long to see my girl. Long to be in Georgia. I'm in Memphis City jail.
Well, I picked two songwriters to join me to help me teach or listen to songs or have comments or have direction. I have a secret. I didn't have a curriculum. And we just made it up. But there was a reason for it. It wasn't just being lazy. We, the three instructors, wanted to run this class, and for that matter, this show, these rehearsals for this show, like we write songs. Because oftentimes, we do not have a grand plan, a big outline. I know they taught us to do that in freshman comp. But songwriting is a different deal. There's something else going on there. And so we walked in and hearing songs and meeting these students and seeing what they had and where we could go. And what you're hearing tonight is what we all discovered. Beth Nielsen Chapman is a shining light as a singer, a songwriter, and artist, and she's an educator and teacher of singing, songwriting, presence, and spirit, for that matter. And she's just one of the greatest artists that I know, bringing song and playing and singing all together. This is Beth Nielsen Chapman.
Thank you, Daryl. It has been such an honor and a joy to work with these beautiful humans. They are just creatively daredevils, and they were wildly, wildly talented. This is a song that's very special to me because one of the things we talked about this week was how to dance with creative flow and how to open to it, how to pull the stuff of songs out of the ether, out of thin air. And so much of writing, especially at the beginning of writing a song, is just accidental. You just sort of say something and go, oh, that sounds good, let's write that. And it's play, it's really play. So I prided myself over the years of being a songwriting teacher on all the ways that I teach people how to trick themselves into opening to that flow. And when I was working on this song, quite a few years back actually, I was trying to finish it for a record, and I had not been able to write lyrics for about 4 months, and I had no idea why. And none of my tricks were working. And it turned out, unbelievably, that I had a brain tumor, it turned out, and I found out that I had a brain tumor, and it was pressing against the language center of my brain, which would affect my ability to put words together. And I remember them telling me that that's what was going on, and I was so relieved that that's why I was not writing lyrics. I was almost ready to hug the doctor, and they were like, you got the part where you have a brain tumor, right? You got that part. Anyway, it was fine. It was not malignant, and it was successfully taken out. And what was amazing was the rest of this song flew through my mind as soon as I pretty much came out of anesthesia. So what had happened was I'd been working on it, but it just couldn't get access through this blockage. But the creative spirit had been writing this song and had it all done. But I had to wait to get that thing out of the way. And it restored my faith in this thing that I've always believed about creativity, is that it's all there, it's out there for all of us to open to. And I'll say one more quick thing about this song. The song is about the stuff that's beyond all the stuff we argue about. And what I've thought was the most beautiful thing about this week is these kids from such diverse backgrounds are so supportive of each other, and it's just been a beautiful experience. Life has taught me this, every day is new, and if anything is true, all that matters when we're through is how we love. Faced with what we lack, some dreams fall apart, but from the ashes new dreams start. All that matters to the heart is how we love. How we love. How we love. From the smallest act of kindness, in a word, a smile, a touch. In spite of our mistakes, chances come again. If we lose or if we win, all that matters in the end is how we love. From the smallest act of kindness, in a word, a smile, a touch. Sometimes we forget, trying to be so strong in this world of right and wrong. All that matters when we're gone, all that mattered all along, all we have that carries on is how we love.
Next up, and he attends New England Conservatory of Music up there in Boston. And yesterday with Edgar Meyer sitting right there and Bela Fleck, both sitting over the stage there talking to us and we, the students. They talked for a while, Edgar and Bela. They were so gracious with us. And then they said, well, hey, you got some songs or tunes we could hear? And the first at bat, playing banjo, was this next fella. And he had to play in front of Bela, and he killed it. He knocked it out, did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And he's a great player, and he got a song this week as well. What he's about to play for you is one that appeared here. Would you make welcome G. Rockwell?
Yeah,
1932. It wasn't easy being you. New York City wasn't half of what they said it was, but at least you're free. Child of refugees, they never found their peace. They were hurting you at home, while your brothers and your sisters were dying overseas. You never knew life without pain, and the world would only show you the same. Well, I guess no one ever taught you what it means just to call it love, I guess. "1970, the year my mother came to be. Not exactly what you'd call perfect family. Drug abuse took its toll. You know that left a hole in the white picket fence, and your two daughters were left out on their own. And they never knew life without pain. You would only show them the same, 'cause no one ever taught you what it means, but you call it love, I guess. Time hides a mystery. Things you went through became my destiny. And wounds will heal when all is said and done. Oh, you call it love. "2023, Nana, you sure care about me. I'll never understand hard times, but you could say I'm free. And in spite of your concerns, I'm gonna be proud of who I am. 'Cause of you I get to walk the world more than call myself an honest Jewish man. And I'll never know life of pain. My mother's son, I'll learn to break the chain. And even though you don't know what it means, I call it love. Yeah, I call it love. After all.
And next up, from Berklee School of Music up there in Boston. And she comes from a friend that I've known for 40 years. He's a professor there at Berklee, great guitar player friend of mine named Bobby Stanton. And Elena is a fiddler, guitarist, bass player, singer, and of course songwriter. And this is a song that made some transition this very week as well. And the song is called Mind After Midnight. And make welcome Elena Witkanak.
When I turn out the light, the quiet awakes the monster in my mind. It tells me terrible lies, like I'm to blame for the world falling apart, because everything seems worse in the dark. I can't trust my mind after midnight. It turns into something feral in the moonlight. It has space, Lord knows it combines. Oh, I can't trust my mind after midnight. My fears flash before my eyes. I see the worst in me and every thought that passes by. My faith is burning in the sky, and every regret is clawing at my heart, 'cause everything seems worse in the dark. Oh, I can't trust my mind after midnight. It turns into something feral in the moonlight. It has space, and Lord knows it can bite. Oh, I can't trust my mind.
I was just remembering that Elena played a song in front of Edgar and Bela too. Think of that. Playing a song to those two cats. And she's got that. She's got it. She can play in front of Bela Fleck. So right now we're going to hear from what I've been calling this week and realizing that we had a house band, I would call them. Because they play on a lot of the tunes that have bass or some fiddle or banjo or this or that as support. And understand that this has all happened this week. Everything you're hearing, these folks did not know each other. This group of people did not know each other. So this is all stuff you're hearing, including brand new songs this week, okay? So this is our house band, and they're going to do a medley of two songs. G on the banjo has written the first tune called Boiling Point, and Zane, our MVP back there, has written the last part called Lightning Rod. And by the way, fiddler Sam had to play in front of Edgar and Bela too. And he sang and played in front of them. Bela said this, I'd like to hear a whole album of that, of singing and playing fiddle at the same time in a particular way. So we're going to let these goats run. Welcome the house band. Yes, Elena and Sam and G and our Zane, the house band. Jack Sullivan goes to DePaul University up there in Chicago. He's on a classical and opera and voice track up there, but he could have flipped a coin and gone into theater easily, or anything else that Jack Sullivan would like to do. And this is a song that popped in this week for Jack. And we all got to hear the process. It started kind of as a cabaret-ish kind of thing, a swing tune to jackagoom, geek-a-gong, geek-a-gong, geek-a-gang, yabba-dabba-doo, and all that kind of stuff. But then he turned it into what you're about to hear. And that's what songwriters do. They follow this thread, and it could start as this, but it'll end up over here. And what you do is follow what the song, it's as if the song has an intelligence already, and we're really to listen to what that song wants to be. This is Jack Sullivan.
Yeah. Thank you, Daryl. That is ridiculously kind. Daphne, would you play guitar for me?
I guess so.
I knew it from the instant that the phone rang. I could feel it in the bottoms of my feet. And when I said, "How are you?" I knew that you were ending things. But it's just so good to hear from you. How are you? How's your day? How's your mother? How's your brother? Is your dad still undercover? Say anything but what you called to say. I know I've only got a couple minutes until you tell me you don't love me anymore. But it's okay, you're already forgiven. Come kill me, cut me to the core. And it's just so good to hear from you. How are you? Are you okay? Can I make it any easier for you to break my heart? I know that that's what you called to say. And yeah, I'll take your pictures off my wall, but I'll still have that Polaroid in my wallet. And it's just so good to hear from you. How are you? How's your day? How's your mother? How's your brother? Is there any other way? Your dad's not getting any better. I wish there was something I could say. And would it take a miracle to get you to stay on the phone? Could we just talk a little longer before we don't talk anymore?
So how is this going? Well, thank you so much for GPAC, and we're not done, but I want to make sure I say this. Thank you, GPAC, and that's Paul Chandler, that's Jasmine, who was helping us, more than helping us, she was guiding us the whole time and has been for the last 6 months. Rob Gibson, who has helped us and had the vision as he brought to Savannah, and now he's passed it over here to GPAC. Next up, it's been a thrill of mine to get to spend this time with one of my teacher picks. We met 35-ish or so years ago, and he's a consummate singer-songwriter. Just to see his shows and hear his songs, he's a model of how to do that work. And I'm talking about Bill Birdsong Miller.
Yeah.
Let's do a song, Bill.
Well, thank you. Daryl is such a, I call him my blood brother. I have a lot of dud brothers, but he's truly a blood brother. We met all those years ago at a folk festival, and he's just a story, you know, just came to stay with me in Nashville when I moved there a couple years ahead of him, and I said, if you ever get this way, stay with me, and he did. And you told me, hopefully it's the truth, he said the first song he ever wrote in Nashville was with me, and it was, he went on to, and same as I know Beth, to extremely strong hit songwriters. But as we stress with our students, it wasn't about the hit, it wasn't about fame, it wasn't about that. It was about the connection to the song and what it means. And for me, it's spirit all the way, and I know it is with these guys. Daryl talked about that line that connects us to our lives, and for me as a Native American, it's a spirit line. It's called spirit line. I got taught that by my elders. But in the process, you get taught a lot of other things. We all go through different lines are broken through alcoholism and things. So when Daryl asked me to do this, I thought it was a regular gig, but then he told me it was with a bunch of students, and I didn't tell him this, but I hesitated at first because I thought, well, I don't know if I can handle that because I just buried 2 of my children, and the healing has been slow. So I want to tell you this, if you're, anything I can tell you is that the spirit should be worked on first, not your flesh. You need to heal that. You need to be strong and take your time healing. These kids became my kids. And I'm going to miss them. Jack reminds me of my son who was killed. Every girl here reminds me of my daughter that died. Beth has lost people. The reason I'm showing this to you is not to get pity. I don't want that. I'm showing to you how honest we all were with these students. And guess what? They were just as transparent to us. That doesn't happen often in a public school or even a private school. I've never seen it happen. But we did it, just know that we came in to do that. When I was a little kid, we go through naming ceremonies. You wait to be a teenager, and my naming ceremony came. My native name is Fushia Eka, and it means bird song. I didn't rely on that, but I was always chasing birds. Maybe that's why they did, because I was a goofy kid. But so one year I was going through a lot of painful things, and the only way a songwriter does is, I didn't write a song to make a hit, but I have to heal. So I wrote this song called Chasing Birds. And in our people's culture, the bird represents the soul in flight. So that's what these children are. But they're adults too. They're with their dreams and their heartaches. And God, we love them. And just unbelievable kids. So this is an older song of mine. I haven't played this in 13 years, actually. Called Chasing Birds. You were like a shadow that I was hiding in. I couldn't find my way out, no. I wouldn't let you in. You said things were unspoken. I gathered all your words. Both our hearts were broken, so broken. I'm still chasing birds. Then I became a stranger. The dark, mysterious one, not knowing of the danger that haunts you when you run. When you said things were unspoken, I gathered all your words. Both our hearts are broken, oh, broken. I'm still chasing birds. It takes a lot to leave someone. It takes a lot to stay. It takes a lot to stay in love for more than just a day. And you said things were unspoken. Gathered all your words. Both our hearts are so broken. I'm still chasing birds.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you for being here and witnessing this first ever AMP, okay? You were here. And may it continue. May you find the funding. May you find the place to have this here. May you see the value. And may we all see what happens with these students. I have one more remark about this wasn't school. So they didn't have a grade, they didn't get credits. I started to wonder even why, and actually they left school. They're getting behind in their work to be here. So why did they do that? I'm thinking because they love song and for this thing that they didn't even know they were getting into and what we've all discovered here. And may it continue. And I want to say one more thing. We got another song for you, another student to wrap us up here, and she's going to knock it out. She's a high school student in that same little town in Dahlonega, Georgia. And they have a music program there that's not just classical and choral or jazz and stage band. They have an Americana project there. And that has songs and it has production and things like that. So there's some hip things going on in schools these days. And Mia is a part of that. And so before I introduce her fully, I just want to say that if y'all want an encore, we might have one ready. But we're not going to do that little game where we all leave the stage and spend 3 minutes touching the back wall of the stage and then coming out here like, aw, shucks. If you want an encore, just give us one, and we'll do something really cool. So this is Mia Durkis from Georgia, and we're going to end this night, unless you want an encore, with this, Mia Durkis.
Down away from me, straight A rock star, everything in between. I was the girl who never liked to be at home, who went through the things that no one should ever have to do alone. 'Cause he is my pain, my joy and my love. I need him, he needs me, match made from heaven above. He is my rain, my sunshine and snow. I swear that where he walks, flowers always grow. And above all this, he is mine, and I am his. Graduations went in a blurry haze. Our late night talking and car rides took over all of my days. Thoughts of him consumed every thought and mind. And being and breathing and singing without him makes me want to die. 'Cause he is my pain, my joy and my love. I need him, he needs me, match made from heaven above. He is my rain, my sunshine and snow. I swear that where he walks, flowers always grow. And above all this, he is mine, and I am his. Days will go and nights they change, but us I know will stay the same. And people mend and people break, but love in him is no mistake.
is my pain, my joy and my love.
Joy and my love. I need him, he needs me. Match made from heaven up above.
He is my rain, my sunshine and snow.
Sunshine and snow. I swear that where he walks, flowers always seem to grow. And above all this, he is mine. And I am his. 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 I am his.
I think that's an encore. Bill, come up here and join me here. Okay, so we got an encore here. So what we did early on in the week, it might have been Monday or Tuesday, we went to Sun Studios. We started our morning there with this group. And they gave us a tour, and there we were in the that very little room that all that magic happened in the 50s, even the late 40s and on. And so what we're going to do is a song that was recorded in that little room as your encore by Johnny Cash, right? And Bill Birdsong Miller is a friend of the Cash family. See the word Cash right there? The black guitar. We're going to start off this song for you as our encore, okay?
Well, I hear a train coming, rolling round, baby. I ain't seen the sunshine, and I don't know when. 'Cause I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keep a dragging on. But that train keep on rolling on all down San Antonio.
All right, Jack. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't you ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. And when I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
And smoking big cigars. But I knew I had it coming. I know I can be free.
I know I can be free.
But those people keep on moving, and that's what tortures me.
That's what tortures me.
a bass solo.
Chapman!
Thank you all so much. We did it.